You too. What's going on? What's good? It's C, one half of the GFC show. Happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday. It's the weekend, baby. Sitting out here in my truck, and I'm always my truck is where I have a lot of deep thoughts, and I was asking myself the age-old question. I'm going to ask you guys the same question. What's the better investment? The stock market or real estate? Is the stock market a better investment? Or is real estate is? Tangible assets. Stock market is considered paper assets. But nonetheless, let's get into it in this video, man. What's the better investment? Stocks or real estate? Now, let me preference this video with I'm going to be very subjective and I'm going to be very biased because I am a real estate investor. If you don't know me, I talk real estate. I'm a real estate entrepreneur. I'm here in South Florida. I flip houses and I'm a landlord and I'm a wholesaler. So, got that out the way. Now, let's talk the stock market. Let's start with the stock market first, okay? The stock market has been around for a very long time, 100 plus years. This is what I consider passive. It is passive. You can get a return on your money. Now, I was looking at some handy dandy stats on my good friend Google. Shout out to Google. The last 50 years. Let's look at the last 50 years based on the data. Based on the data, the last 50 years, stocks have generally generated higher returns than real estate. You know, that's a general statement. We're going to get into that. The S&P for the last 50 years, you've been getting the annual return on your money right around 10.59, 10.6. Let's call it 11. So here's their example. If you invested $33,000 into the S&P back in 1973, today it would be worth around $5 million. Woohoo! Now, we're talking 51 years. That's a 51-year time frame from putting $33,000 into the stock market, and you're talking 1973. I mean, $33,000 back in 73. I mean, what does that compare to today? 150 grand. So I have to wait. Let's say I put $150,000, making an example, today. Wait 50 years to see an ROI around 5 million. And I'm not knocking it. And look, I'm a real estate guy, so I'm very biased. I love tangible assets. I love property. I deal with tenants. I love all my tenants. Shout out to my tenants. They make my life a lot easier and a lot better. So here's the catch with the stock market, y'all. Here's the catch with the stock market. It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to get rich off stocks. And I'm going to give you a couple reasons why. For one, you need some money. Okay? You need a boatload of money. There's an example here. On Google, there's a statement. If you had $5,000 in stock and the investment goes up by, let's say that portfolio goes up by 50%, it's only $2,500. Now, I do give stocks this compound interest. Real estate, we don't have compound interest, but we're gonna get into real estate. Let me finish with the stocks. You need a boatload of money, okay? So that's one reason. I know a lot of new kids, the new generation. Shout out to all the Zennials, Generation Z, all my late millennials. I love you guys' spirit, your energy towards getting into Forex trading, day trading. A lot of you want to take the day trade route. Well, unfortunately, you're not going to get rich trading $50 here, $100 here, which goes back to my first point on why it's a lot harder to get rich. Why do I keep saying richer? It's a lot harder to get rich in the stock market because you need a boatload of you need a chunk of money. Now, mind you, that example they talked about here on Google, where they pretty much they like 20x your money, essentially. That was a 50-year wait period. So you got to be able to have you need like 100,000. Even if you day trading, you need about 100 grand. What average 20-year-old, what average 30-year-old has $100,000 laying around? That's why if you work a W-2 job, what do they tell you to do? You find a job, okay, you get on the 401k plan, and you invest. You get matched by your by the company you work with. They match you, okay, 3% after 30 years. If you put in, 3% of your salary, you should have around at least $500,000. But it takes 30 years. The stock market is up and down, okay? Up and down. It's more volatile. It's a lot riskier. I can buy, for example, 50 stocks in Apple. The company can do great for a quarter, 2 quarters. They can have an amazing ROI on profits. The shares could jump by 20%, and then the economy goes bad, and the shares decline by 20-30%. Very volatile. That's very rare that very rarely happens in real estate. So now let's talk about real estate. Let's talk about real estate, baby. You talking to the REI Capo. So real estate. Here's why I'm a proponent of real estate. Here's why real estate will always be the best. Why it is better than the stock market. It's the number 1 business in the world. Let me say that one more time. Real estate is the number 1 business in the world. That's right. Now, what makes me say that? I've been in real estate 9 years. Next year makes 10 years. Whole decade, right? I've literally came in at an entry point, the lowest entry point you can get your foot in the door of real estate. As a realtor, I started working with rental clients. Here I am 9 years later, and I have a rental portfolio worth 7 figures. 9 years, y'all. Let me say that one more time. The barrier for entry into the stock market is easy, but into real estate is very easy too. All I had to do was pass a state test. I got my license. I started hustling. 9 years later, I have a 7-figure rental portfolio. It cash flows monthly, pays me passive income. That's in 9 years. And I'm steady building. In 9 years, you will not get the same ROI, okay? You will not get the same growth in the stock market. I don't care how much money you put into it. Even if you put $1 million, you get a 10% return. You get a 10% return on $1 million. That's 100 grand. So with real estate, the opportunity for growth is exponential. It's infinite. Cash flow is infinite. Now, you can get dividends off stocks, depending on the stock you get. But how much are the dividends? My dividends are crazy. My cash on cash returns, I'm looking for a 15 or better. And I can cherry pick. See, you at the mercy of the stock market. Now, I'm also at the mercy of the real estate market, but if you do this business correctly, if you do real estate correctly, you are not at mercy of nothing. Because even if there's a real estate crash, 08, 09, the great real estate crash, we're getting through inflation. What happened? 08, 09, housing prices declined by 30%. Now, that's very rare. That hasn't happened when that happened, that didn't happen in like 30, 40, 50 years. But guess what? Even though market value dropped 30%, if I purchase that property right, I can hold. What does that mean? I could throw a tenant in there. Okay? Guess what they didn't have in 2008 with what they do have now? I could do short-term rentals. Yeah, I can make it a bed and breakfast, Airbnb. I can triple my profits on Airbnb. So many ways that you can make way more money in real estate. This is why it's the number 1 investment in the world. And I highly encourage all you youngsters out there to get into real estate. Buy your first property is not a liability. Even though Dave Ramsey says it's a liability, it's not. You know why? Real estate appreciates. It appreciates. Now let's talk some fun facts about real estate. Again, the barrier for the entry level position for real estate is my license. My real estate license was $300. Who knew that $300 investment would turn into seven figures? My entry, my lower entry position for the stock market is I need a chunk of cash. Where am I going to get it from? I'm middle class. I'm low income. I'm not silver spoon. I don't have a trust fund. That's maybe the number one reason. You can, if you got some hustle in you, you got some skills, you can get out here. Uh-oh, this guy about to start this lawnmower. Let me walk to the back, y'all. You can get out here and you can hustle. Okay? If you got hustle in you, yeah, man, y'all people out here. If you got hustle in you, you can build yourself up. You don't have to worry about a company's profits, a P&L. Okay? Now, fun facts about real estate. 90% of millionaires in America, a lot of them have their wealth, guess where? In real estate. 90%. That's a large amount, y'all. 90%. 90%. Come on, man. What else we got? So, guess what else? Guess what else? The stock market has something called a bull market, bear market. You know, the stock. I'm not a stock guru. I listen. Let me go on record and say this. I really know nothing about stocks, y'all. When I be watching these finance shows in the morning, CNBC, Swamp, Fox News Business, Bloomberg, all the little data and the numbers, I have no idea what these numbers mean. The jargon, the lingo, I can kind of comprehend some, okay? But I know what a bull market is. I know what a bear market is. A lot of gurus will say, hey, don't buy in the bear market. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. They will advise not to buy in the bear market. Oh, this guy's so loud. Let me go inside, y'all. Ruining my video, huh? So guess what? Why am I bringing up this point? In real estate, there's never a bad time to invest. I'll go out on a limb and say, when it's a crash market, a down market, that's probably the best time to buy. Why? We know what real estate does over time. Appreciates. So if I'm buying houses 20-30% on the dollar, and listen, everyone who thought the real estate crash of 08 and 09 was so horrible, talk to any investor. Matter of fact, talk to any homeowner who still owns their property right now, who bought a house in 2010, in 2011. Ask them how they doing. Ask them what interest rate they got. Ask that investor, hey man, how many rentals did you pick up, 10, 15 cents on a dollar? And your cash on cash is damn near 50%. You can't lose with real estate. The key factor with real estate is buying right. So that's my message, man. Get your hands on real estate. It's the best investment in the world. Listen, I didn't even cover, buying real estate debt free without a mortgage. You can't tell me that a stock portfolio will outperform three single family homes paid off in cash in a hot market. So for instance, let's say I got 3 houses paid off in Metro DC in an A neighborhood, and they're all rentals. Do you know how much more money I'm going to make than a stock portfolio that I put 100 grand in, that I gotta wait another 25 years. If I hold those 3 properties that's paid in cash, if I hold those for 10, 12 years, and I buy right when I first buy them, they're gonna almost be triple what their value on what I paid. So if I paid 200 for each one, 12 years from now they're all worth 600. I'm cashing out at 1.2, and we're not even going to count the rental income, all the rent raises, all the tax write-offs and benefits. Can't lose, man. So let me know, man. Let me know. Drop a comment down below. If you're trying to get, right with your finances, you're trying to invest in real estate, stock market, let me know. How's it going? Are you new? Ready to get your feet wet? Let me know, man. Drop a comment down below. I'm out for this video, man. Hit the subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.